The holidays are here, and with that, potlucks, parties, and family dinners, so your fridge is about to work overtime. Is it ready? Let's get ahead of it and set yourself up for success so that holiday cooking and hosting is a whole lot easier. Hi friends, I'm Simply Sherry, and we are doing another 5-day mini-series where we are going to get rid of 5 quick things for 5 days in a row. So let's start with your fridge. A cluttered fridge during this busy season is an unnecessary stress. So here are 5 quick things to declutter from your fridge. Number 1, expired condiments. Yes, we all have them in our fridges. So go ahead and make your way to the back of your fridge, reach your arm in and look for those bottles, jars, and even tubes of condiments that you are no longer using or will ever eat. Go ahead and give yourself permission to throw them away. Now go to the doors of your fridge. Maybe you have one long door or 2 doors, however many doors you have. Look through every shelf. Maybe you have a dedicated shelf just for condiments, or maybe they're dispersed throughout. Wherever, look for those bottles, jars, and tubes of condiments that are expired, that are half eaten, and you know you will never use again. For example, you may have changed your mind about mayo and you no longer want to eat mayo. So get rid of that half bottle of mayo. For us, we only have Japanese mayo now, so there's no point in having the other type of mayo in our fridge because we just don't like it. We like the Japanese mayo. You might have had a barbecue in the summer and so bought an extra jar of pickles for hamburgers, but you realize you really don't like those pickles because they're kind of sweet. I know for me, I don't like those sweet type of pickles. I like the really sour kind. So go ahead, again, give yourself permission to get rid of those pickles. You're not going to use them. They're already expired. Number 2, mystery leftovers. You know that container where no one dares touch, let alone open? Well, you need to touch and open it now. Go ahead, rip the Band-Aid off, throw that in the trash, and clean that container. Clearing out the fridge is one of the best things you can do for your fridge. You know when you open that fridge and it has kind of that weird smell? Well, it's that container. Go ahead and get rid of it. It also gives you the space that you need to put the chopped vegetables or things that you pre-make, the things that the new leftovers for the holidays, the things that you're going to serve, like a nice charcuterie board. I mean, why would you want a nice charcuterie board inside ready to serve to your guests in your fridge next to the smelly, moldy leftovers? Let it go. Go ahead, hold your nose and make it happen. Raise your hand if you've been guilty of having mystery leftovers. Yes, I've been guilty. You know, we're not perfect. So today's the day, get rid of them. You're going to be so happy that you did. You're going to start with a clean slate. Just remember, for every container that's in your fridge, it's taking up space. No new container can go there. So wouldn't you rather replace that with good food, new food that you will appreciate, that your guests will also love? Number 3, duplicate items. Raise your hand if you're guilty of this. I sure am. Just a couple weeks ago, I was looking at the shelf. It's the top left here where I keep like salsas and spicy sauces. And you know what? I had 5 bottles of salsa. 2 of them were bought back in May, it's now December, from the farmer's market. And I wanted to try this salsa. And you know what? I didn't like them. And my husband didn't like them. And my daughter didn't like them. So who was going to eat them, right? And by now, I was like, I'm not going to serve this because what if someone gets sick? So it was just sitting there because of guilt. I had spent a little bit more on those salsas because it was from the farmer's market. So I was feeling guilty. And then, you know, I just had to give myself permission. Sherry, no one's going to eat this anymore. Go ahead and let it go. Don't buy it again at that farmer's market. Buy the salsa that you like. or make the salsa that you like. Okay, so those were the two. The other one was half eaten and it was already expired, so that was number 3. And then you know what, the other two were two other salsas that I got from the grocery store to try them out, and it was the same thing. I didn't like it. So what was the big lesson learned here? There is only a certain type of salsa that I like, and I need to stick to it. Okay, and if I want to experiment, then try something smaller or share it with a friend or something like that, or go ahead and serve it quickly. If I didn't like it, maybe somebody else will like it and I can give it to them. So can you imagine how much space 5 jars of salsa take up? I mean, that was a lot of real estate that was being taken in my fridge. Or maybe you have 3 packs of shredded cheese. Think of a recipe tonight, tomorrow night, that you can make to use those packs of cheese, especially if one of them is already opened. Aside from using them this week, you can also decant one jar into another. So example, pickles. If one is sweet and another is sour, but they're both sliced and you don't mind the mixture, go ahead and put them into one jar. So now it's only taking up space for one jar versus 2. Number 4, old produce. Now listen, limp celery, wilted spinach, squishy tomatoes aren't going to make it on the holiday menu. You wouldn't eat it. You're not going to serve it to somebody. They may get sick. You may get sick. So let it go. Again, it's taking up space in your vegetable bin, or maybe you put them in containers and wrap them with paper towels, and you spent all this time preparing the vegetables so they would stay fresher. Well, it's still past their prime, right? Get rid of the produce, give yourself permission, and welcome those nice green, yellow, orange, and red colors of that new produce that you're going to have in your fridge, because now you have the space for it. Number 5, unused specialty items. We've done it, right? You see that nice packaging, you're about to check out, and it's right there, and it's calling your name. You are going to make something very wonderful with this gourmet item, and you're going to find the recipe on YouTube. And so you grab it and you paid $10 for that jar, right? But you didn't realize that it has a short shelf life. And then when you were looking for recipes on YouTube, the recipes were a little bit more intricate or more involved than you wanted to do. Or, you know, you had the idea like it made you feel more sophisticated because you're going to make something gourmet out of this gourmet product. It's okay. Don't live in your fantasy self. Live with your real self. And you don't have to buy gourmet items to make gourmet food. What we want is the love in your food. So go ahead and get rid of that unused specialty items. It could be something like capers, where you thought you were going to make flatbread with capers and make the dough from scratch, right? Well, that never happened, and you're going to get the cheese and grate it like that from the specialty cheese store. It's okay. It's not going to happen. It's okay. You're still great. You're still wonderful. Or maybe it's shishito peppers or some type of mushroom like shiitake mushrooms, and you're going to make that Asian soup that you never got around to. Well, you know what? Maybe you could do it next time when you're actually ready to do that recipe. Well, when you were checking out, you were not intimidated by that item, and now that it's sitting in your fridge, now you're intimidated. It's okay. Give yourself permission to let it go. Number 1, expired condiments. Number 2, mystery leftovers. Number 3, duplicate items. Number 4, old produce. Number 5, unused specialty items. Congratulations, your fridge is fresh again and you are ready for holiday cooking and hosting. If you found these 5 quick things to declutter from your fridge helpful, then hit the subscribe button as we continue this mini series. Now, if you want to dive deeper, I have a weekly newsletter that's called Tuesday Transformations. Sign up with the link in the description below. I give you weekly how-tos and tips, tools and encouragement so that you would have less stress and more peace and create a home you love. In the next video, I will share 5 quick things to declutter from your pantry.